Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I am here with some great news, and that news is that after taking a few months off, I am coming back to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm going to be playing the game again. It's for a few reasons, but before I go in depth, I just wanted to thank Capital Games for releasing some new content, making some great changes, listening to the fans, and just creating a much better environment for the game. um, I've really taken note of all that stuff, and it's definitely contributed to my decision of coming back. I've been playing the game off and on since September 2017, and I kind of have a love hate relationship with the game. And to be honest, a lot of it isn't even the developer's fault. A lot of it has to do with myself because whenever I play this game, I can't just half-ass it. I have to put everything I have into it. And, doing all the daily activities and all the requirements, all the grind you gotta keep up with, I go all in. I never half-ass it, and it kind of burns me out. I really should pace myself better. For instance, if I'm in, if I'm doing really good in arena, I don't have to fight all 5 battles every day. Just that kinda stuff, so I'm gonna try to have a different approach to it. But, I have always loved the game. I mean, it is flawed in many aspects. Um, it's not the most exciting game always, but what I love most about it is the roster and the team building aspects of it and the online competition aspect of it. That's all really cool, like managing a roster and stuff. And um, I always thought like every character should maybe have more than 2 or 3 moves, maybe like 5 to 8, but that may complicate things further, and things are already so complicated with mods, but I don't wanna get too off topic here, so I'm gonna tell you specifically why I'm back, and a lot of it has to do with an announcement that was made, um, looks like on April 28th. I first heard the news about, the new Galactic Legend from Analt T101, actually, during the last stream I made, but, um I also watched a video from Cubs fan Han going into it and sort of his enthusiasm and stuff, and the enthusiasm I've been seeing in the community as a whole has made me realize like, wow, I don't want to miss out on this. But I'm not coming back immediately. I'm waiting until the Galactic Legend drops. I want to know what all the requirements for him are, and there's a few other reasons why I'm waiting. I'm thinking at least a month or so. But anyways, so the big news to come out of this announcement is the uh, addition of Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 3, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi as a galactic legend. I'm surprised an announcement for the Dark Side Galactic Legend didn't come up, but I think they said they want to do just one at a time now, which makes sense. So like people don't feel overwhelmed and stuff. I mean the obvious choice is it's going to be Anakin, like when he falls to the dark side, right before he becomes Darth Vader in Episode 3. But some people are speculating it could be Maul. I'd prefer it to be Anakin. I mean, they can add a like Clone Wars edition of Darth Maul, just like they're doing with Ahsoka, her new Clone Wars season 7 version, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But um, I'm so excited. Fans have been clamoring for this for a long time. I mean, it's weird because they've always had concept art of him, like from the very beginning, for like 6 years now, and we're just getting him now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful we are. I think it's great, but um, really the main reason why I started getting sick of Galaxy of Heroes more often than not because, like I said, I'd be off and on and stuff, but I'd always be pretty happy with the game. I would just have to take breaks. But once they started adding Galactic Legends, uh, it ruined my game experience. And the concept of Galactic Legends is cool, but I hate the Galactic Legends they've chosen. not into the sequel trilogy. It's not really for me. So, um, when you get Kylo Ren and Rey, that was just awful. I hate that they were the be competitive nowadays. I mean, there are some alternatives, like if you have a really good Jedi Knight Revan or uh, other tunes, maybe Darth Revan, but for the most part, you need a galactic legend. And I just was not interested in those sequel characters. I did not want to farm the First Order or the Resistance. Um, that would have been because it's such a grind, and I didn't want it to be all for nothing because we ultimately we play these games for fun, and man, I did not want to start farming like I, I don't know, First Order Stormtrooper, General Hux just to get Kylo Ren, who I don't even really care about from a fan's perspective. So um, I started getting really annoyed with that. I'm tired of going the Phoenix road. I mean, by the time I get to, every so often I'll make a new account, man. By the time I get to at least level 65, I'm fed up because I can't move past the Phoenix Squad. Empire's lost its value for the most part. I mean, if you have a good Vader and Thrawn, you might do okay, but by level 65, you've done so much with your Phoenix, you have to keep him in there for a while, and I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand the Phoenix Squad. I've just been overexposed to them, and because it's always the road I go. I think I tried Separatist once, but I was getting killed in arena. But the reason I'm coming back now is because now I can farm Jedi that I'm interested in, like from the prequel era and prequel era characters. Um, that's what I really care about. I mean, they can't really do original trilogy Galactic Legends because there's nobody left. Darth Vader's already in the game, Palpatine, Jedi Knight Luke, etc. So this was really the way to go. Um, After this, after they make Obi-Wan and possibly Anakin Galactic Legends, who's left? What can they do from this point unless maybe some Old Republic? But they've already gotten so many of those in there that we'll see what happens. But I'd think these probably have to be the last Galactic Legends, or at least I think they should be. But it's great to be able to go on a different road. And now I have a reason to play as some of the characters I love. Like, for instance, Ayla Secura is going to be one of the requirements for Obi-Wan. And I'm fine with that. She's a decent character, but to be competitive, you can't put her in a Jedi squad. You know what I mean? It's just things like that. Now I have a reason. The Qui-Gon Jinn's, he hasn't been confirmed, but he'll definitely be a requirement. So I get to play as him again. There's a reason to take this path now to get Master Kenobi, so it's going to be a lot more fun for me. The other thing of note is that Ahsoka Tano from season 7 is going to be in the game calling her Commander Ahsoka Tano. I think that's really cool. The artwork is impressive. I'm sure. Um, Now, I'm not very familiar with this new Conquest mode. I haven't been playing since it came out. I guess you unlock her through that. So um, I assume you have to be level 85 to get her, which is going to take me months when I come back. So, but I am still glad to see her in the game. It's they should have done it last year. Should have struck while the iron was hot, but at least they're doing it now. They ought to finally start focusing on Clone Wars prequels content because it's getting neglected. Besides adding Wat Tambor and Kiadi Mundi, who are way too overpowered for their uh, power in universe. They'd be better off reworking characters like Qui-Gon or Mace Windu, even Kit Fisto. Um, they need to change Kit Fisto's design too, because it's his Revenge of the Sith model, which is my least favorite version of Kit Fisto. Um, they have for some reason they had like the Clone Wars version of Plo Koon, but not Kit Fisto, so that's kind of weird. So I think they should change that. But that's just a side note. So let's see what's been confirmed for relic requirements. Um, which, by the way, I'm not gonna harp on this too much. Other people have talked about it, but the gear grind is so bad, and now there's like Relic 8. I've highest I've ever got. I got a Relic 7 Darth Vader one time, but and that was hell trying to do that. So I can't even imagine. Relic 8 is probably really hard to get to. So which General Kenobi is going to be Relic 8. I see no problem with that. I mean, I do have a problem with everybody having to be relics, but for the context of what is being presented now, if you're going to make someone Relic 8, General Kenobi is the way to go. Um, I'm gonna have man, I always have trouble getting into guilds that actually get Kenobi shards. It's like, and I'm jumping from uh guild to guild like every few days, and then they don't let you join another one for a day. It's like it's crazy. Everyone gets the solo shards and some get the tray shards, but I've had a lot of difficulty getting into a good guild that gets General Kenobi shards. So that's my number one priority. Get General Kenobi. He's a great character in his own right. Obi-Wan Kenobi is my favorite character in all of Star Wars anyways. The Negotiator at 6 stars. That makes sense. Good. It's not 7 stars at least, but you know what? It's a pretty damn good ship anyway. Capital ship. Malevolence is better from what I've seen, but if I'm going this road, I'd probably end up 7 starring it when I can anyway. But we're literally talking years down the road. Mace Windu at Relic 3. I can live with that. I mean, um, I doubt they'll give him a rework. But at the same time, he's not that awful in relics. Like, I'm sure he'll have some decent power. So, Ayla Sakura, Relic 3. She's a little better than Mace Windu. Um, my only problem with this is it should have been Luminara. Even though Ayla Sakura is a better character, but if we're talking in the context of what requirements should be for Master Kenobi, I don't think Obi-Wan and Aayla Secura have ever interacted on screen or in any. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know Obi-Wan and Luminara led the second Geonosis campaign, so that would have made more sense, but I guess that's just a small nitpick. Last one is Bo-Katan at Relic 5. No issues there. It might motivate more people to get Bo-Katan anyway, because I heard she was kind of a flop as a character. This whole Mandalorian faction sounds pretty good on paper, but doesn't seem like many people are getting much use out of them, unfortunately. Looks like on May 4th for May the 4th be with you. They're giving out some rewards. It's kind of the usual stuff. There's some good gear, Treya shards, Kenobi shards, Grievous shards. I don't think I've ever seen that. Zetas, of course, Clone Wars Chewbacca shards. That's got to be like a running joke at this point. Why is there so many versions of Chewbacca in the game anyway? It never made sense to me, but I digress. I'm excited for Ahsoka to be in the game. As far as the Bad Batch being in the game, I think it's great they're doing it now. Again, strike while the iron is hot. I am definitely watching episode 1 of the Bad Batch on uh, Tuesday, right when the clock strikes midnight. Gonna check it out and I'm keeping an open mind. I mean, I would have rather they just did Clone Wars season 8 to be honest, but you take what you can get. Um, you know, it seems like they've put a lot of effort into it, and you can't really judge the Bad Batch yet by one arc from the Clone Wars. That they're going to put a lot more emphasis on these characters in uh, their own show, I would imagine. So again, just trying to keep an open mind. Don't forget, people didn't like Clone Wars when it first aired. People didn't like Rebels when it first aired. So it's Dave Filoni. He, in my book, hasn't really done much wrong yet. Like 98% of everything he's done has been great for the Star Wars franchise. Um, he's ruined continuity to a degree, but it was going in that direction anyways because of the higher ups, they wanted to divide it. There's now the Legends material, and that's a whole nother story. But anyways, I'm just glad to be getting back to Star Wars Galaxy because there are times that I miss the game. It's a lot of fun, but it's just when you have shit to do, it's like it's hard juggling it because I go all out. I spend anywhere from an hour to 2 hours on it a day, and that's what you need to do to stay competitive. But I'm going to try to be a little more casual as far as like if I'm in the top 1,000 in arena, that's all that really matters. Everyone's saying fleet arena is the way to go. I hate ships, everyone does, but maybe I'll just try to get good in fleet, and then I can like the fact they're putting Kenobi in the game. I have an excuse now not to go after any other Galactic Legend. I was thinking about Sith the Eternal Emperor because I liked some of the requirements, like Count Dooku, Darth Maul, Jedi Knight Anakin, characters I'm actually interested in, regardless of how good they are in game. But everyone says Sith the Eternal Emperor is shit compared to other Galactic Legends, so I didn't bother. I I mean, I was killing myself trying to get Supreme Leader of Kylo Ren because I had to go through the Phoenix faction again. A farm just shitty characters I really didn't care about. So it's going to be a much more enjoyable experience for me this time around. Today, Analt T101 made a great video, some predictions on who he thinks are going to be the other requirements for Obi-Wan. He listed like Commander Cody, Qui-Gon, Old Ben, which is possible. Um, who else? I'm drawing a blank on some of them. Oh, Farm Boy Luke. Speaking of Farm Boy Luke, that's another thing that they mentioned that this is long overdue. They're going to be putting new characters in the beginning of the game. Like when you install the app, open the game for the first time, it's always Clone Wars Chewbacca, Jedi Consular, Farm Boy Luke, Clone Sergeant, and Ewok Scout. And for the dark side, Royal Guard, Talia, which I don't even know why she's in the game, and Snow Trooper. So I'm really glad they're changing up it, because it's getting really redundant. It makes it feel like it's still a 2015 game when you first make a new account. So I don't. They haven't confirmed who that will be yet. I'm not gonna reinstall the app and play again until they implement that change because I can't tell you how sick I I am of seeing Jedi Consular and Clone Sergeant as the two starting characters. So it's good they're changing that. They made a lot of great changes. Double drops is a great thing. When double drops first came out, I played for like a month, but again, I had the wrong approach trying to go to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. My advice to anybody, because I'm taking my own advice here. Excuse me, just a moment. Sorry about that. I just had to take care of something real quick. But um, as I was saying, I'm taking my own advice here, and I would advise this to anyone else. Just it's okay to be competitive, but get the characters you want. If you hate the sequel trilogy, don't go for them. I made that mistake just because all the Galactic Legends to this point have been. I just gave up on it. I didn't want those characters, and now the game was centered around them for a while. But now, this Galactic Legend is going to change everything. I think it's going to bring a lot more people to the game because people actually care about Obi-Wan. So I think this is fantastic. I'm excited to try Conquest mode. Um, Double drops are a great thing. I'm gonna miss the basically quadruple drops on May 4th because I'm not signing back up right away. So I'll miss out on that, but it's just one day, no big deal. they'll have other promotions, I'm sure. I'm gonna be strictly free to play this time because there have been times like I'll drop like 5-10 bucks every so often for crystals, and it's like, yeah, I don't really want to do that anymore because it might get me out of a pinch that day, but 3 days later I'm still struggling with crystals. So it's like I just got to try to get good at fleet. I think that's the only thing that will make a difference in terms of crystals. The game can be very high stress at times if you allow it to be, but I'm not going to let it be that way this time. I'm going to just enjoy myself, play casually for the most part, and slowly try to get these requirements to get General Kenobi, not General Kenobi, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Um, Again, this is very exciting news. It's long overdue. I'm excited for Ahsoka too. I don't think her role will be as pivotal as Obi-Wan's, but still a great character to have in the game nonetheless. That's They have all three versions of Ahsoka now. Her Rebels one and um her version from season 3 to season 6, which I just realized they don't have their Mandalorian Ahsoka's Mandalorian version, but that's okay. It was just one episode, and it's pretty similar to her Rebels sort of look anyway, so no big deal there. There's over 200 characters in the game now, so there's lots to choose from. I'd mostly go for prequel era content, but some original trilogy as well, such as Vader and Thrawn, and I guess Tarkin is pretty decent. Um, it's just Darth Vader's helped his rework helped the Empire faction a little bit, but there's other roads to go, you know. I just hope they don't do something stupid like make Jedi Knight Revan a requirement for Obi-Wan because there's no correlation between the two, but I can see them doing something like that. Overall, I'm just really excited to be getting back into the game. I don't know when it will be. They say they're dropping Obi-Wan on June 9th, so it's not going to be until then at the very least. And but you know what? If by June 9th they change the characters you start with, maybe that's the day I'll rejoin, you know? I made my first video on this channel last year on June 16th. It was my birthday, my 20th birthday, and um I was just trying a new account with Phoenix. I don't think I was even going for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren at one point. Like my honestly, my knowledge of the game has really expanded since then. I was kind of a novice. Everyone just said Phoenix, so I was doing that for a while, but I didn't know where it was leading me. Like, I legit thought I was gonna be able to make like a bounty hunter team, or just I had no idea what I was doing. But you play long enough, you start to figure it out as time goes on. Like, oh, when I started in September 2017, it took so long to figure everything out. I didn't even know how to gear characters or um I didn't know about mods, any of it, you know. Even mods, like I'm starting to get a grip on them now, but they're still kind of confusing. But the thing is, unless you put a lot of money into the game, you're never going to be number one in arena. Not even in fleet arena. You might make the top 10 if you're extremely lucky. But um, there was one time I bought the hyperdrive bundle, which I kind of regret because again, any spending in the game is all short term because even though you get like 80 something characters and it's still a grind to get to your next goal. It doesn't end, so it's not even worth it. But anyways, um yeah, I got the hyperdrive bundle, and I forget what point I was trying to make. But anyways, um it's good to be back. I haven't played since like either January or February. Might have been January. Right before my school semester started up. And that's the thing. It's so much to balance in people's lives that like it's hard to dedicate so much time to a game. But feel like if I have a different approach this time around, that it'll be a more fulfilling experience for me. And prequels is kind of my thing, so finally get some sweet prequels content to go after. Hopefully some Clone Wars content too. Like the fact they don't have Pre Vizsla in the game is just a joke. I mean, you have a Mandalorian faction and he's not even in the game. He played such a significant role in the Star Wars universe. He had the dark saber and stuff, and um, he basically caused the siege of Mandalore by taking Darth Maul into the clan for a little bit, or into the Death Watch. But yeah, I'm gonna try to wrap it up here. I'm very excited to be playing as Obi-Wan. I know it's a long time away, but I've never actually even unlocked General Kenobi. The only Obi-Wan I've ever played as is old Ben, and he's pretty good for what he is, but he's not a legendary character, so you can't expect too much. But um, you're better off putting him in a Jedi team than a Rebel team. I tried that once, and it was like he just didn't have great Rebel synergy. Oh, before I hop off, one thing I wanted to mention was there's some going to be some artwork changes in Farm Boy Luke and Jedi Knight Anakin. The Farm Boy Luke one, um, I don't care as much about that. I mean, I think it looks better, the new art, but the one I'm most excited for is Jedi Knight Anakin because he and General Skywalker, the two models, look indistinguishable to me. I have to look really close to realize that, oh, General Skywalker has like that chest plate and some of his Clone Wars armor, but their faces look exactly the same, the hair's the exact same, and it wasn't like that because I think they were trying to represent General Skywalker like from seasons 1 and 2 basically before his hair got long, so they really messed up with that. So at least they're making the two entities more distinguishable. Um, yeah, so with that said, June 9th, I guess, would be my target date to come back if everything's I want is in the game by then. And yeah, I might be able to give myself a head start if I did so now, but I mean, what happens if I hate the requirements and it's not going to be worth it to come back. I want to be able to, if I'm going to grind and like do like an insane amount of battles and refreshes and energy and all that kind of stuff, it has to be for characters I'm interested in. Um, but yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a review for the first episode of the Bad Batch uh, on Tuesday. Once I see it and stuff, I can give my thoughts on it. But yeah, in the foreseeable future, you will be seeing some Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content on this channel, and I'm very excited for that. And once again, thank you, Capital Games, for giving the fans what they want. And with that, hope you all have a great rest of your night.